Well, back to Under Oath.
Mm-hmm.
I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman.
Yes.
James John is with me.
I am with you.
And we're both loaded up on some great Vietnamese coffee.
We are.
Here's the thing. I was in Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be a Starbucks guy.
We used to go all the time.
We used to go.
Yeah.
And then we discovered something else.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually writing in Starbucks, and I was doing one of those milkshakes that they serve.
They do.
And I was going, wow, there's not enough caffeine in this thing.
No.
I don't know what's going on. And across the street, I saw it. It said Vietnamese coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is Vietnamese coffee?
Got to try it.
I wonder. I pulled in, guy behind the counter. This is super Vietnamese.
Yes.
Okay. It's a Vietnamese place on Fern Creek. The guy behind the counter is the owner and his wife. And they speak enough English to make you feel like you don't belong there.
Correct.
And I remember the first time I walked in, and this is a real Vietnamese place. This isn't like, hey, we got the anime characters, bring your 13-year-old boys. No. No. This is hey, yeah, this is where we get our Vietnamese food. This is where we get the perfect sandwiches.
Yes.
This is where we get the desserts that if you're not Vietnamese, you don't eat.
Yeah, nobody
and then they
there
got the euphoria in the background.
Looks like us.
No.
we are different.
And I go, I like the Vietnamese coffee. And he looked at me, he goes, huh. And he gave me this look, how did you find us?
Right?
Like I'm Indiana Jones and I walked in, I'm trying to find the Ark of the Covenant. You, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones came in, they look at him and think, we know what you're up to.
Yeah.
And he goes, condensed milk? I go, yeah, okay, yeah. And he hands me this thing. I take one sip, I'm like, uh-oh, what is this?
Yes.
What is this? What is this?
Jeff could hear colors.
Yes. And then I start coming back.
Yeah.
And he sees me the second time, he goes, oh.
You're back.
He's back.
Yeah.
And then he's got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, am I undercover diner or something?
Wait, who is this guy?
And then I by the fifth time, I think that's the rule. I'm now part of their family.
You're in now.
And it's very funny because I bring Craig with me, and Craig is the whitest dude, I'm South Dakota white, like he thinks sushi is like a sexual position. He has no idea what we're talking about.
That's officially his new nickname, the whitest guy.
The whitest guy I know. He goes in there, he sees this stuff, and they have stuff out.
They do.
They have stuff out. Like they have the roll.
Exotic stuff.
And he reaches out and starts poking.
Yeah, no, you can't poke it.
There's a camera, Craig.
Yeah.
You can't get caught poking food. They're going to kick me out too.
They are. And I need this now.
And I can see the way they look at him that they watch the tapes because they watch him as he walks in.
One.
Don't poke.
Mm-hmm.
No poking.
No poke.
No poking.
Yes.
And so I introduced you. I'm going, hey, but James.
Tell the people what's in this.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't.
It's a coffee product.
It is.
That seems like they figured out how to wait just to crush up the whole bean.
Yeah.
Into liquid form.
Yeah.
You know how you throw the grounds away? I don't think they throw the grounds away.
You're from Miami. We've had espresso.
I've had Cuban coffee.
We've had Cuban coffee.
Nothing.
Yes, nothing like this.
Cuban coffee is like nothing like this.
This is like rocket fuel.
Okay. This is so good that we shoot 4 15-minute shows in 25 minutes. Somehow the space-time continuum is completely defeated by the Vietnamese coffee.
It's true. It's true.
Insane.
Y'all need to go get one of these.
I'm getting blown away because they always look at me like either I did something to them or they know me from somewhere. Did you do something to me?
No. I'm the good one.
No, I'm 407-500 Jeff. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, 500 Jeff.
And I love the way that our good friend Ken Miller introduces you.
Yeah.
Call Jeff.
Call Jeff.
He said, slip and fall.
Fall
Call
down.
Jeff. If you get
somebody kick you in your ass.
Call Jeff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and do what we're supposed to do.
All right, let's pretend we're working.
Okay. This is Legally Screwed. Now, this is actually a good one because I want to know what the laws are when you're in public.
You really
I
don't.
do.
You really
I don't want to know.
You want to be that guy who goes, I know my rights.
I know my rights.
You want to be mad, even if you know you're not allowed to be mad. But go ahead.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
I got rights.
At my retail job, a man...
Okay, let's break this down. This is how it turned to go. You were working.
I was working. At my retail job, a man has come in multiple times wearing recording glasses.
Oof.
He tried to provoke me for content, and he even followed me in the parking lot, and I want to know, what can I do about having myself filmed and whether I can get the videos taken down or stop him from coming back? This is a big question for me.
Public place.
Public places.
Public place.
Okay, break this down because I see so many different things.
Okay, here's the thing. Everyone wants to get you excited. People do this to me all the time. And a lot of times they can get past. I know you geniuses are out there. Well, Jeff, if the light's on, you know he's recording.
Mm.
You don't think they can work around that?
Yeah.
You're recorded all the time and you don't know it. For example, I normally wear an AI device,
Mm-hmm.
and it breaks my whole day down. Okay, well, I can go back to anything I was on.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have these things that fit around your neck. Their cameras are on at all times.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. But you saying, I don't give permission to be recorded. You're in a public place, and leave the public place.
People don't know that to be true, though. They think they have a right to say, hey, I'm having breakfast at this restaurant. You can't record me. If you're in public, you can be recorded.
Now, there are going to be issues about how they use your likeness and everything else like
Yes.
that. What I used to do to reporters, if I didn't want to talk to them,
Okay.
and I'm not telling you to do this.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I had reporters who would get my face over things. Journalists.
Mm-hmm.
Call it whatever you want. Anyone with a camera is now a journalist.
Yeah.
Anybody with a website is a journalist. Journalism means nothing now. I have a degree in it. It doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody can do, anybody with a camera or anything, or write, or an iPad, or name it. They would come to Jeff, I want to quote. Now, if it's got to go over the airways, meaning that FCC,
Regulated?
ABC, CBS, things
Yeah.
like that, casually drop a bunch of F-bombs. Not at your job.
I like how you said casually drop them.
Like I was like,
Yes.
let's use the word fog instead of, what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
And I remember this reporter got, hey, Jeff gets all angry because they want you to get angry. They want you to match their thing. That's why the questions are so aggressive. They want you to raise.
You want to
And I was like, fog, 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 fog.
mm-hmm.
Fog, fog, fog.
Yeah, I like that. You just simply peppered it in
Fog,
like
fog,
a good
fog,
stew.
fog, fog.
Yeah.
Fog, fog, fog. Fog, 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 fog. Fog, fog, fog. And the guy's looking, what do you mean? Fog, fog, fog.
Fog.
Why do you keep doing fog, 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 fog? Fog,
Fog.
fog, fog. Fog, fog, fog. It was good talking to you.
Yes. Fog, 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 fog.
And this guy was so upset
yeah.
because he couldn't use it.
Couldn't use any of that,
And-
man.
Casually being able to do that. And here's the thing. What does it say to the person watching it? If the person watching it goes, I love this guy.
Yeah. beep, 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 beep. Yeah, that's it.
Content only works if you give them what they need.
If you give them the reaction they're looking
Yeah.
for.
And when you come at me with something, Jeff, you're this. And I've had people say some really mean things to me.
I'm sure.
And I look over, I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
God, that sounds painful.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds rough.
They get even angrier because you didn't
You're
get...
not doing what I'm asking. I'm terribly
Yeah,
sorry
hey, man.
about it. What can I do to help you? What do you mean? You seem like you're upset. What can I do to make you feel better? Having problems at home?
If you want to make anybody angry, look at them and say, are you having problems at home?
Problems at home?
Oh my gosh. They're going to lose it.
Should
Lose it.
I can call your mom for you.
If you
Oh,
want me
she's on
to.
the Rainbow Bridge? I'm terribly sorry.
Sorry. Oh, buddy.
Oh, is she passed? Is your father? Did your father grow up with you?
Did your wife leave
No,
you?
no, your father wasn't there.
Gotcha.
That's probably what you're dealing with.
What God?
I want you to know something. Being able to say mean stuff
Yeah.
in a ridiculously coordinated way will shut somebody down.
Correct.
It's kind of like, it's easier for me because I am a lawyer. I've been a trial lawyer for 33 decades. But stand up made it so much better.
Yeah.
Like if you attack me from the audience,
Mm-hmm.
that's a Christmas gift.
Thank you.
Now, James, you're nice.
I try to be a nice person.
Okay.
I do.
I've
Yeah.
learned how to say things that are just so ridiculously painful that
Yeah.
it stops.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like the Roadrunner hitting the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Goes right through the wall where Wile E. Coyote, bang,
Yeah.
lays up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do I deal with this? I said, I'd really prefer not to be recorded. And then what you do is this. It's now a game, okay? The minute you allow yourself not to care, you're playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
And the game is, how do I look good?
Gotcha.
That's it. Nothing makes people crazier when you don't respond in the way they want you to.
They go.
The
crazy.
owner here is racist. Sorry, I just never discovered that.
No.
Well, what if you heard this? I don't know. I'd have to hear him.
Yeah.
What if you heard him? I said, I probably wouldn't like it. I don't know. I just have to hear it myself.
Yeah.
I guess decisions I'll have to make because I like to think about things. I'd like to sit down and think about it and then come up with a rational opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you feel right now? I don't know. I'm working.
I'm working.
What would you like?
That tone and that facial expression,
it's horrific.
They're going to lose their mind. But
Now, I'm going to give you some advice now.
Go ahead.
Now let's go with the legal advice.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I told you exactly how to answer it. If you want to keep your job, just do what I told you to do. Now, here's something else. If you're in a lawsuit and you're in deposition, the same thing happens. They will ask you, so what's it like to have sex with monkeys?
Well,
You go, well, I don't know. I've never had sex with a monkey.
mm-hmm.
What they want you to go, what the hell are you talking about?
They want
Because they want to know if they can set you off.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what? Let me give you a hypothetical.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
I've never been in a situation. Well, if you had to, I don't know.
I can't imagine it.
Damn it, he's not giving me an answer.
Nope.
Everything a lawyer asks you, they want to flip on you. And they know you don't have the answer to every question.
Mm-mm.
And if you answer a question you don't have the answer to, then you lied. And we got you.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you're in a deposition or you get asked a question, I don't know. Don't fight to find an answer because it's going to be wrong and you're going to look like a liar. And this happens in criminal cases all the time where a guy goes, hey, where were you last night? I don't know. Let me think. I don't remember. I was home. Do you know what time? No, I don't.
Mm.
You start guessing, they start locking in answers.
You said this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that makes you a liar.
Yes.
So be very careful. Also, the same thing applies to being online.
Ooh.
You got some bad elements online.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to say things. They want to use things against you. Anything you've typed can be used against you later. The way it works. And you have these politicians who've had years of saying very bad things. And they think they can delete their stuff. It never goes away. There's always going to be somebody who recorded that statement, who did this. And then you go, well, I don't really remember. And here's the thing. There are judges who are running for, who are getting, they're going through, let's call it when you get appointed.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, well, you wrote this. I don't know what I meant by that. We know you're lying.
Correct.
You went to law school.
Mm-hmm.
It means you were smart enough to get into law school. You were smart enough to pass the classes. You were smart enough to pass the tests. You were smart enough to be licensed in your state, which means you had to write huge essays. So when you say, well, this attorney's a dumbass, he was smart enough to succeed to get the license, which means he's smart enough to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime one of these people act a certain way, or they're now politicians and they pretend they're idiots, don't forget they survived law school. That means 4 years of college plus 3 years of law school.
Mm-hmm.
That's 7 years of education. That's not somebody who barely made it through high school or didn't or dropped out. These are highly educated people. And when they say dumb things, they intended to do it.
On purpose.
So trust is difficult. The only thing you can control is yourself. I'm Attorney Jeff Kaufman, sitting with my partner Craig Lind. Everyone thinks they know the law. Everything's wrong. I'm suing.
Well, everybody does know the law now.
I'm suing.
You got ChatGPT, you got Gronk, you got Google AI. Everybody knows the law now.
No, they don't.
Sure they do.
It's horrible.
Just ask them.
It's never right.
Just ask them.
It's very rarely right. And I'm so tired of it. People go, well, I ChatGPT'd. My favorite was this. Our government now is doing it. They're sending, when you don't get your disability, they're now Googling it, the people who are writing the letters to these people. Yeah, they're saying, hey, you failed to get it, but the problem is somebody didn't cut and paste right, so it said Google says. So this dude actually got a denial from the government done by AI.
Google said that you're not allowed to this.
But I mean, this is what it is. We're living in a world where people are just mad. They're upset. Oh, Lord. You know what the big one is now?
I'm sure you're about
last
to
night. You know what happened last night.
Oh, and the Knicks? You talking about the Knicks win?
No.
Why do they beat each other up? Well, like how is that a celebration? Am I running off topic here? Maybe we'll talk about that some other time.
No.
Okay.
No. You know why they beat each other up? Because they went 53 years without a victory. They didn't know what to do. They lost their mind.
So
up in here, up in here. Yep.
Hey, I know. Let's celebrate by knocking the crap out
They
of
don't
each
even know
other.
what to do. New Yorkers were like, the Knicks have sucked so long that they finally won it and they didn't know what to do. It was like,
did you see Larry
citywide.
David's face and Jerry Seinfeld's face when they won on that, what was it, a 27-point comeback?
Yeah.
That game,
29.
They won it in like the last 2 or 3 seconds of the game.
1.2 seconds.
That guy just kind of batted the ball.
1.2 seconds.
Yeah.
No, it was a tipping.
Oh, he was trying. The tip of his finger hit it. Yeah, I don't think he tipped it. I think he just knocked it in.
That's his job. Soft touches.
Doesn't matter, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
1.2.
You come from that much of a deficit, you're just a better team.
Yeah, that happened to Magic. I don't want to talk about it. Their land of magic let Detroit do that at home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
See, the Knicks came back at their own home.
Well, back to everybody being a super lawyer because they got ChatGPT.
Well, here's the thing.
My clients do that to me now, too.
The UFC fight on the White House lawn yesterday.
Oh, that's great.
Everyone's losing their mind.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, I don't really care. I don't care. If they do charity events. Presidents allow their family members to get married there. They have huge weddings there. I mean, they
have
rent
all kinds of events.
The tennis courts are rented for charity events. They have a bowling alley they rent out. They do movies. They do a lot of things. And you know what?
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't care.
Can we take our people to a movie at the White House?
No.
Is that on the?
No, we don't have that money. We don't have White House money. We don't have White House money. But I mean, here's the problem. We're always so concerned.
Fashion Square Mall money, just so you guys know.
We're concerned about everything. Have you watched Congress lately?
I try not to.
Have you ever seen them talk to each other?
I really try to avoid that.
There's no sanctity.
Unless it's a viral thing on, like I happen to scroll on it, Instagram or Facebook, then no, I don't pay attention.
Okay.
I don't go to the channel and sit there and watch, no.
I can tell you this, that the houses of Congress are almost as bad as England's. Almost as bad, where they get up and they insult each other and do this. There used to be a day where we'd go, hold on, you went too far. Now there's not too far. It's all about yelling. It's all about getting their moment on TV. It's everything else. There's no dignity in anything anymore. So don't decide, oh, now we're going to be dignified. Let's be dignified now.
It's called the race to the bottom, I think is the phrase.
We're already there. We're already there.
We're digging.
Other than somebody doing porn in the White House, we're good.
They've done that.
Actually,
they've done it.
Actually, they've done something.
I mean, I didn't see the actual porn, but I saw
the
that
evidence.
It was done.
I saw the evidence.
I saw that it was done.
I mean, the White House has always been a place where power, corruption, stuff has happened. Yes, our president lives there. We've gotten presidents impeached. We've gotten presidents lost their law licenses for perjury, for lying about sexual conduct. We've gotten a little bit of everything. It's filthy. And everyone, depending on what side you are, is how you're offended by the White House or Congress has no dignity anymore. They're all like that. How dare this person do that? Well, you didn't have a problem when your guy did it.
Yeah.
And it just wears me out. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, I saw some comparisons. I saw that the Daily Wire did. Wait a minute, you're saying this is not dignified, but the stuff that you guys did, and they got side-by-side pictures. And yeah, I got to say, they make a pretty good point. But the point is, yeah, all of it's probably a little less than dignified. Probably you shouldn't be having any of it.
I think dignity has been, basically out the door.
So what's next? Truck pull? Truck pull on the White House? Which I wouldn't mind, by the way.
I don't know.
How American is that?
Rally.
How American is that?
I mean, you got to realize that, UFC is probably outside of a monster truck event. It probably is the lowest end crap we got here. Maybe a cornhole contest. I don't know. But it is. And you know what? Who cared? I didn't watch it. I forgot what I did last night.
Who fought at it?
I don't even know.
Was there a championship?
I'm sure somebody got a belt.
Did a belt changed hands or anything?
I don't know.
Or was that even a possibility?
A lot of people are saying it was illegal. It absolutely wasn't illegal to have the UFC fight at the White House.
Who said it was illegal?
A lot of people did.
Really? Why?
Yeah. They said, oh, you can't do private functions. Can't do it. It's government property. Whatever rule applies or doesn't apply, it's going to come down to the history of the use of property at the White House. Has it ever been used for private things? And the answer is yes. Every president has put one of their relatives' wedding into the White House. Every one of them.
Is that right?
Yep. Last one was done by Biden's granddaughter. The one done before that.
Where did Chelsea Clinton get married? Did she get married at the White House?
I don't know. No? I don't know about Chelsea, but I know that Republicans and Democrats have all had private weddings at the White House. That we're important. Let's invite all of our friends.
It's not like they get a ton of money. Like your president, what do you get? 400?
Oh, you get a ton of money. You just don't 400? See it. You get a ton.
Yeah. That's true.
Some of these presidents. I got $20 million for my book. Who was paying you for your book? Who was reading your book?
Speaking of which, doesn't Biden have a book coming out? Didn't he get a $20 million advance on a book he's got coming out? And he didn't write it. He didn't write it.
Here's the thing about these companies. They always got paid somehow. All of them did. Like Politico. I love Politico. Politico is my favorite because they have what they call private subscriptions. And they're like 20,000. They're like tens of thousands of dollars for a private subscription where you get the super news. The last party that was in the White House before Trump gave them millions of dollars.
Oh, everybody had a private subscription to.
Oh my God. So
the
every group
taxpayers-
is getting paid.
So the taxpayers have to pay for the congressman to have the subscription. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's
It's
disgusting.
not great. I remember reading that and going, holy geez. But it's done by everybody. Everybody does it. Every group has their advantages. And we just kind of have to live with it until we find out about it. And then they go, we won't do that anymore. I mean,
On purpose.
I mean, how many grants were given to political, let's just say, helpers? I mean, grants like millions and millions of dollars. Government contracts went out that way. It's always been the way, but the more we put light on it, the less we get away with it.
Did they have the ladies fight?
I'm
The
sure.
ladies, they
I don't even know.
have good ladies sometimes.
Yeah. Why do we like to watch women beat each other up?
Because they're not supposed to. We all love watching things that aren't supposed to happen.
I think there's a sexual component to it.
Yeah. Of course. Ooh, look, this one's going to grab the other one and she's going to make her do the thing. She
She's
don't
gonna
want to
choke
do
her
that.
out.
She won't do that.
She's going to choke her out.
Watch, she's going to make her do that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
Look at, she's going to break her arm. Ooh, ooh. It's a weird thing that we're going, ooh, watch that.
Yeah. As long as they're not really hurting each other.
Now, I
Sometimes you see like the videos and you're like, ooh, that lady's kicking the other lady's head in the ground. That I don't like seeing that.
No.
But when they're both have somewhat
The same
decorum
skill?
and rules that they're following, yeah, those are interesting.
But the goal is to choke them out. Or the arm bars where you're going, I'm going to rip your arm off. I'm going to break your arm. Quit.
Yeah.
So it's always about quitting.
Sometimes I've seen where they break the arm before they could even tap out. Like it's too late. Too late. Sorry, broken.
Sorry. But that's the way it is. And I'm trying to think to myself, am I bothered by it?
By
I'm
women
bothered
fighting?
by a lot of things in our country. I'm bothered by,
Well, you're just a big sexist then, because women have the right to fight just like men do.
I don't have a problem with women beating each other up. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's not like football. Oh, that's a good hit.
Well, there's
whatever.
a certain amount of skill that you can appreciate.
Like soccer,
Yeah,
which
also
they
a
call
certain amount of
football
skill.
in certain
It's more
places.
exciting. Would you rather watch, and I know the answer to it, would you rather watch a women's soccer match or a women's UFC match? You don't need to answer. I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Everybody watching knows the answer.
I don't know.
Why
Hold on.
is
There
that?
are a lot of people into soccer.
Not as many as would watch a UFC women's fight.
Of course there is. You're
You
talking
really
World
think-
Cup, dude. World Cup. World, not like UFC.
For the men's soccer, sure. The women's soccer gets
hold
a big
on. When
attendance.
America plays, and the American women are winning,
Do they even
we
fill out-
supported
do
that.
they fill out a stadium even?
I don't know. I know that. I know they don't get paid as much because they don't make the same money. And when we think about that, I don't think we arbitrarily give people money because of anything other than merit, which we shouldn't. I don't want to have that argument because people yell at me about it. We don't arbitrarily in business go, here, take $1 million. You didn't earn it, but take it.
No, that doesn't happen outside of sports ever.
It does happen some places. It does happen in other forms of entertainment. I can understand because women have been screwed over for years. They were screwed over for years. Their ceiling set for them and everything else.
Screwed over implies that somebody's doing something to them on purpose.
They did.
The fact that
We could pay our women
the
less.
fact that your game is less interesting
I'm not talking
to
about.
watch.
I'm talking about the jobs and everything else. Women were traditionally, when it came to business, they were paid less.
Oh, that's been debunked so many times.
No,
Jeff.
but debunked
So
when?
many
You mean like
times.
recently
So
or
many-
back then?
Yeah, recently.
Okay, you mean not about stuff that happened in the past, though.
Oh, you talking about like 1910?
No, I'm talking 1950s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. Maybe now, but I mean back then there was a history of it. It's not a secret. Now, not as much.
At all?
Well, I don't know. I think I think there's natural, when there's one boss and he has his own feelings, I don't know if I trust that. Now, corporations are a little different. But the one boss thing going, I feel bad for Bob. He's got to take care of his family. And you don't have a family. You chose not to have kids. The guy at the top who makes weird decisions sometimes. I mean, come on. Chick-fil-A ain't open on Sunday Because one dude is at the top going, no, we're not doing that. I
Yeah,
want my
he's-
Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
No,
Because you don't eat Chick-fil-A.
I love Chick-fil-A. How dare you?
Oh, and you're not mad that's closed on Sunday every once in a while? You drive by and you go, oh.
I respect his decision to keep his faith. I do.
I like Vietnamese coffee.
You don't like when they're closed on Friday.
I know. I'm certifiable. I want my coffee.
How do you know that's not a
This
religious
is his
reason?
one day off.
It's
'Cause I
maybe
know-
he's doing it for religious reasons.
No, I talked to him. It's his one day off. But when you have one guy making a decision at the top, not like a group of people,
Sometimes that's better.
you know, SpaceX just went public.
Yeah.
Thousands of their employees are millionaires overnight. Thousands. Not just like one, not 100. Not remember Microsoft had like the 18 people on the cover, all millionaires. He just made thousands of employees millionaires overnight. The question is, do they show up to work?
I don't know. It'd be hard to show up to work.
Wow, I'm not worth about 20 million. I don't feel like cleaning the toilets anymore.
Can they sell and just tap out?
It takes 6 months. I think you can sell after 6 months.
Gotcha.
But I mean, that's amazing. And a lot of companies don't do that. They don't take care of their people like that. So whatever they go, everyone's mad. He's the first trillionaire. I don't know if we've ever had a guy like Elon.
First trillionaire?
Well, he's the first trillionaire, but I don't know if we've had a dude on the planet like Elon. He is just a machine. And you could say what you want about the dude, but he doesn't understand that you can't do something. He just figures a way to do it. And it's crazy. Oh, electric cars, you can't do it. Oh, I guess we did it. Oh, you can't create these huge tunnels under Las Vegas.
No,
oh, I guess
until
he
they're
did
done.
it. Oh,
I am
you
interested
can't put your
in
own
the-
rockets into space. I guess I can do it.
Doesn't he have some doctors working to help blind people see with like AI?
Yeah.
Like they have the neurons transplanted in their head. What do they have transplanted in their head to help them see?
Electrodes, things like that, I guess. I don't know.
Can you imagine?
I mean, you can make your arm work now by thought, like the robot arms that they put on people.
Yeah.
They could use your think.
Really?
Yeah. It's
No
amazing.
way.
Yeah. It's not
There's
UCF.
no way.
Actually, UCF is the people who are doing that.
I don't
University
believe
of Central Florida.
Doesn't work.
Yep.
Can't work.
Yep.
Don't believe it.
Absolutely works.
No.
Amazing.
Was Elon
Gates.
Musk at the UFC fight?
I bet he wasn't.
Well,
He doesn't have time for
it. Didn't he go to a couple of those with Trump?
He'd go to rallies,
Oh, okay.
but I don't think he's really into public entertainment. It bore the hell out of me. Could you imagine going, oh, I'm going to a UFC fight or I can cure cancer tomorrow? I'm going for the cancer. Today we have writer, actor, producer, director, and vodka entrepreneur, Dolph Lundgren. How are you doing?
Good,
Wow.
good.
I tell you, I see you in so much all the time. I'll be watching Arrow and suddenly you'll pop up. I mean, you eat up screen.
Well, thanks. Just trying to squeeze as much out of this life as I can. That's why I always did. So keep going.
You know, what I love is when I analyze a life and I see, what somebody could have done. And I mean, you were a smart guy, master's in chemical engineering, all these grants. I mean, do you ever imagine what would have happened if you said, you know what, I'm gonna go towards science?
I thought about it. I don't know what would have happened. I think, I may have accomplished something, probably try to accomplish something great in the world of science. I just don't know if I would have been as happy because I think I had a lot of childhood trauma and things I was dealing with that, martial arts and the show business got me a chance to express that. And I think it was like doing therapy. I started therapy later in life, but I think that's why I made that choice subconsciously. I knew that it wasn't for me to stay in engineering.
I mean, that's an interesting thing because you think back, I'm at your age and, therapy was not something you'd go to. You walk it off. You do all these things. When did you decide, hey, listen, I don't want to walk this off anymore?
When you start acting, you start hearing about therapy. I mean, you obviously read, method acting. I was studying in New York a little bit before I got into movies. And you always hear about, Brando and Dean and these guys. They all went to therapy. It was kind of part of what they did back in those days. It was part of kind of finding yourself. But I didn't really do it until I was in my 50s. I started. And it was because I'd gotten divorced. I had, I'd done a bunch of movies. I was kind of a famous movie star, but I wasn't happy most of the time. And I had a failed marriage and two kids that didn't really know me that well. And I had I was starting a new relationship, and I was like, "Oh, I don't want to screw this up. I got to find a way around it." And then this acting coach I was working with on something, he introduced me to a therapist, and that's how I got into therapy and then meditation as well. And it really helped me a lot. And I realized I had, if you have a toothache, you go to the dentist. You don't get some pliers, and you can, but it's not a good idea. So it's the same thing. You got some emotional problem, say from your childhood. You go to a specialist. I mean, it's much better than sitting there, you know, trying to figure it out yourself.
I get it. I love when people are able to combine their loves and their careers together. I mean, for example, right now you're doing a show called The Greatest Machines, and that's on the History Channel. And I mean, you must feel a little good about going back to your roots a little bit on that one.
Very, very much so. Yeah. My dad was a big history buff. He was an officer. He was really obsessed by World War II. Um, so when I was a kid, I grew up hearing all of that. And obviously later in life, I realized that they dropped the first atomic bomb 12 years before I was born. That's like if it would have been, 2018 now, right? 2014 now. So it's like just around the corner. So I realized that I was always very interested in history and military history, especially, which I studied in college, history of war. I had that as a minor. So when they came to me with this offer, I thought it was perfect, and I really enjoyed being able to kind of engage as an engineer, but also as a history buff.
That's a lot of people don't get, military weapons and everything else, but weapons is normally the leading reason why we come up with innovation and different kind of inventions.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when somebody's trying to kill you, or you or your society, or you're desperate, and the human mind goes into overdrive, and we're humans have a lot of ingenuity, and people come up with the most crazy ideas, and some of them are wonderful, of course. And they come up with a rocket engine, or they'll come up with for instance, in the first episode, aerial attackers. It's about airplanes and how they have shaped history as well, through war.
I mean, it's amazing to be able to see every show you do. I'm probably going, this is a cool topic. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, I was, I wasn't, I was excited about it, and then I shot all my stuff. Kind of, we shot in a couple of days. All the commentary, and it's very dense because you're talking about 7-8 machines each episode, and it's like 8 episodes, so it's like probably 80 machines, right? So I didn't really appreciate it until I saw the episodes themselves, because then I saw all the footage and all the graphics and how it was really well explained. And it's really, I got kind of hooked. I was like, wow, I want to see more of this stuff. I've only seen the first episode, but I really like it. I think it is fascinating, and it's. I think people today forget where we came from and how did we get it. How do we have this really fairly cushy lifestyle compared to a lot of other folks that came, hundreds or thousands of years before us.
Now, I love you're doing this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention. I mean, you've done so many iconic roles. Whether it be from Rocky, whether it be Universal Soldier, whether it be just so many different Masters of the Universe, He-Man. I mean, if only one of those survived, which one would you want to survive so that people could see?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one. I mean, I like He-Man because he's like a full. It's more like a representation of who I was in 1986, because I was kind of buffed and very physical, but also I was boyish and kind of innocent. I would say I had a lot of innocence, and in Rocky IV, all that's cut out. He's just
Yeah.
He's
A
a
machine.
killing machine.
Yeah.
It's the Soviet state has trained this guy, and he's not allowed to show any feelings. So I think both of those characters are good. I mean, I also like Creed 2, which is when I redid that role, revisited that character, and I got to play a stern father. I had a father like that, and I got to play him, but with an outcome that was positive. So
Yeah, more human.
one of those two roles maybe.
And the last question I'm going to ask you is, I want to talk about your new venture. You have your own vodka now.
I know. Yeah, chemical engineering, right?
Yep.
I've always made great drinks, but now I'm actually making vodka. Yes, I have a new vodka called Hard Cut Vodka. It's made in Idaho. It's American made. Idaho potatoes, of course.
Yep.
Only a few, maybe 1% of all vodkas in America made from potatoes, mostly grain or corn. But potatoes are a little more expensive, a little more complicated, but it has that creaminess. It has it doesn't have that bad feeling in the back of your throat, the harsh feeling.
Yep.
And a lot of the other vodkas are not from America; they're from Europe. A lot of them, like Kettle One and Belvedere and Grey Goose and some of the others. But Hard Cuts, American made. I've had the company now for a number of years. We've been on the market only for a year in Southern California and Southern Florida. So it's available there at Total Wine, I believe, and Bergman, California.
I mean, it must be pretty cool. This is your product. This is your baby. I mean, last question I'm going to ask concerns people out there who want to get into the industry and everything else like that. I always ask this for the theater students and everything. What do you think the most important thing you use to stay motivated?
Well, I think the most important thing is to be excited about your life, about this life you've been given, and about the opportunities you have every day. That every day is so special that every day is like a gift, and you have to make the most of it. I mean, that's why we're put in this earth, and I think you have to remember that every night. I do it every night before I go to sleep, and every morning when I wake up, I try to force myself to remind myself about what I'm grateful for.
Well, I got to tell you, Dolph, I love this interview. I loved everything we talked about, and good luck with everything. And that Masters of the Universe video you did with the actor who's playing it was the best. So thank you much for doing that.
Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Under Oath. Today, I have the great fortune of interviewing voice actor and impressionist Jeff Bergman. Jeff, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, Doc. I'm not into Brooklyn or the Bronx. I'm in Los Angeles, but I'm doing good.
I love that, but I'm never quite sure how to ask the person I'm interviewing. I don't want to go like dance monkey dance, because you do so many voices.
No, that's a good thing, Jeff. It's always good because when they don't ask, that's when you get worried. If they don't want to hear you. So that's a good thing.
Now, what I love is I grew up with, I own a lot of production cells. I have my own version of Mel Blanc's signed original production cells, and I've always had a great love for it. And we all think we can do these characters on a certain level. But you've done it so well that you put tapes together for auditioning where you put the original voice actor and you, and the people, it was indistinguishable.
Well, it's a nervy thing to have done, but you have to get seen. You have to find a way to distinguish yourself from all the other competition. So I put together a tape that had two audio channels. One was Mel Blanc doing Bugs and Daffy and Sylvester, and the other was an open channel. So I put my voice on that open channel, and so they could toggle back and forth. And I guess it was a gutsy thing to do, but that was first getting me noticed. But I still had to audition in the conventional manner where, you show up or you make a tape. And
I can't even imagine how hard that is when you're going, okay, I want to be the Bugs Bunny. And, Disney has had actors forever who's played Mickey, Minnie, all these characters. And when they say, hey, guess what? Do they say you're officially it or you're one of the three people we use?
Well, for Warner Brothers, it was really tough because Mel Blanc had just passed away. oddly enough, he passed away on my birthday. And 3 weeks later, they're casting for Tiny Toons. And so they had a canon of Looney Tunes voices that they had to get, from Bugs to Daffy to, I mean, and all of them. And so the casting had to happen very quickly. But I had been working on those characters for years because I met Mel when I was in college. So I already was so familiar with how I sounded in the recording studio, because I would go into the studio and work with different engineers and work at different studios and get very accustomed to hearing myself. So, but it was difficult because he was mythic. I mean, he was the Hank Aaron, the Babe Ruth, right? So the comparisons were, and it's the fans, because you don't want to mess with anybody's childhood. I mean, people, that's sacred. People know that. So I knew the responsibility that I had, because I myself am a fan. So, it's a lot of work. It really is, but I love it.
Yeah, I remember when he passed and they put out this cell, and it was, all these characters like crying over the mic and everything. And it was like, it's so
Yeah.
devastating that it's a piece of your childhood gone. And
Yes, 100%.
oof.
Yeah.
Well, you're dealing with that again, in Toy Story 5, where you're replacing an actor who passed. I mean, an icon. You have a guy like Don Rickles, who's ridiculous. I mean, and does it just come to you, or does somebody go, hey, they obviously know you do his voice, or did they not even have a clue?
No, they didn't have a clue. I wasn't even on the radar for Pixar and the director. They were looking at really high-profile actors and comedians, but again, it was a similar thing. When you have a deep connection to something, I had a deep connection to Mel Blanc. I knew him from the Jack Benny Show. My father loved that show, and so that was my first introduction. Well, Rickles, I mean, we're talking, I'll go back 58 years ago, when my parents were listening to the Hello Dummy album in the late 60s, getting sloshed with their neighbors, and I'm at the top of the stairs giggling. I don't know what I'm laughing at, but they're laughing, so I'm laughing. And that was my first experience with Don Rickles. I was an 8-year-old kid playing with the Mr. Potato Head. So who thought that those worlds would ever collide? So again, it was part of the zeitgeist, my DNA growing up with Don Rickles, and he's my favorite entertainer of all time. So I'm not going to say that that's a natural fit, but again, that it was something that really spoke to me, many years ago.
Now, people don't realize how hard this is for people. I mean, for example, I wrote this children's book, and I used to narrate it and do all the characters, and they go, well, just go in and do the DVD. And after 8 hours, I couldn't talk anymore. I wasn't trained. I'm not a professional, so I couldn't talk like for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Warming up is a very important thing, but it's not just warming up and using your voice, effectively, efficiently in a session, but it's what you do before and after that, meaning just talking on the phone like us.
Right.
You have to learn how to use your voice properly, so you're not going to burn yourself out, because it's like we're like a pair of treads. Our voices, you're not going to get the wear back on the tires, so you really have to use that instrument.
Well, you're in the studio a lot, and I guess when you leave there, you go, okay, it's, like you said, it's exercise. I mean, how do you protect that voice?
Oh, that's a very simple, easy question. If I have a 4-hour session, that's it. I'm silent for 15, 16, 18 straight hours. That's it. Your body has to repair. It's just like being up really late. Your heart, your brain has to rest. So it's the same thing with your voice. But we take it for granted because we think, oh, I'll wake up, I'll just be able to sound great. That doesn't work that way. And there's certain foods. I mean, I don't drink wine. There's no alcohol. I try to be very careful with dairy beverages because they can make you very phlegmy. And, chocolate and peanut butter, which who doesn't love that? Lip smacking, I mean, there's so much that you have to care for your vocal instrument.
One of the tough things I dealt with the other day was, we do a lot of promos. We do, I do like 8 different shows. I'm worn out. Somebody actually AI'd my voice the other day, and they're going, what do you think of this? And I'm listening to it, and I didn't know it was AI. And the minute I heard it, I go, there's no heart to that. I said, I could not have done that, because I know my cadence, I know the way I do things, and I'm going, is there something wrong with this recording? And they're going, yeah, it's AI, and I'm going,
I love that you brought this up. I mean, I've done so many interviews and no one's ever said that to me, that their voice was AI. And so it's what you're saying is so true, because Michael Caine authorized that his voice could be AI'd, and so there was something out, we could all hear it. I mean, I just remember, I don't know if it was on YouTube, but I heard it and I said to my wife, I can beat this. I can beat the AI that he authorized for his own voice, because of what you just said. There were no peaks and there were no
Right.
hills and valleys in the voice, right? There was very little emotion. It was his voice, but just almost not quite monotone, but it had very little variety.
that's the hard thing. We're in the wild, wild west now, and it's only getting worse on a daily basis. And I guess, there has to be protections for that, because, it's unfair to the artist, it's unfair to the actor, and I'm just wondering, how do you protect that, or do you, or is it just done?
Well, look, we have the Screen Actors Guild. We have SAG-AFTRA. They have been doing, I think, a wonderful job to be front and center about how to work with the industry, managers, agents, and we're all negotiating for, the right of first refusal. For example, if you sign on for a job, right, and they say we reserve the right to AI your voice if we need certain dialogue, certain scenes changed. And that's where your manager and agent, if it doesn't say it in the contract, to say, no, we reserve the right of first refusal to be able to bring our actor in or performer. Or if you want to do it, you have to get our permission first. So as long as you're certain that that is either in the contract, and many times it is already, but sometimes it isn't. And if it isn't, then you want to make sure, to do that. But I also think there's another thing. Even if we have the protection, right? How do we deal with a generation that's accustomed to vertical content,
Right.
that's all that they know? So that's where you said, when you identified, that's not my voice,
Right.
that's not really me. We have to, to me, the biggest inspiration is to be able to sell young children, people of our ensuing generations, on how great and how special magical live performance is. So it just inspires me to be that much of a better performer, to
Yeah.
outperform AI, because AI will eventually get better
Yep.
and better.
Every model.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
one of the things I realized with my limited version of voice acting is that, when I got in the booth and I did multiple voices, I go, do you want to do separate tracks? And they go, no, just move into them. And I was good at it because I had done this book so many times. But for a lot of other people, they're going, you look like you're schizophrenic. I mean, how are you moving from voice to voice to voice? And when you do multiple voices, is it multiple takes, or are you that good that you can just shift in and out of them and basically indistinguishably be able to move that range?
Well, if I'm doing a session and it's Bugs and Daffy and Elmer, I can go from voice to voice. Harry Shearer from The Simpsons talks about going from Mr. Burns to
Yeah.
Smithers. But I do think that if for preference, I would rather do, Fred Flintstone, do all those lines separately, and then do Barney Rubble. I would rather approach it that way, only because you're so into that character and the physicality. My body changes. I mean, if I do Barney Rubble, you'll tell me, but there's something different. Oh, watch me trick Fred out of his Cocoa Pebbles. Oh, there's my bosom buddy Barney Rubble, Fred Flintstone. Oh, come on, Barney, hold it, Rubble. There's a whole different
Yeah.
feeling. I mean, I can switch quickly, for sure. I mean, that's just how I'm wired. My brain is wired, and I practiced for so many years. But still, there's a nuance that you're not going to get if you don't do them separately.
Now, you're doing Don Rickles, and I could see it on your face. I could see it on my face when I do things. When you
Yeah.
do the Don Rickles voice, I mean, can you see it in the face, or is it just, just comes out through the back?
Jeff, it was so crazy. It blew my mind when I did a video for TikTok and Instagram. It was like about 2 years ago. I didn't know that I was looking a little like Don Rickles. when I did his voice until after I saw it back, and I went, "Oh my God!" I had that wide sort of alligator mouth smile, and I'm like, "My God, I don't look anything like," but I did look a little like him. So, I mean, it was crazy. It's crazy to see that, I don't see that often because if I'm doing it for people, they see it. People go, "Oh, you look like De Niro when you do his face, or when you do the voice." So it was mind blowing to see that.
Well, I can't tell. I'm so much looking forward to this. I can't wait to hear the voice, and I want to be fooled. I want to be fooled so badly. And Toy
Oh,
Story 5 comes out. It's been I can't tell you how great it's been talking to you, Jeff. And good luck with everything, okay?
thank you so much, Jeff. And I guess we'll sign off by saying,
It's a play. That's all, folks.
Well, that wraps up today's show. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Thanks for joining us. Special thanks to my two co-hosts, my good friend, professional comedian James John, and my law partner, Craig Lind. This show is sponsored by Kaufman Lind. If you or someone you know has been in an accident, contact us at 407-500-JEFF or 407-500-5333 for a free consultation, or visit us at whenyouneedus.com.